Awesome. That is set up. Fantastic. I will set this over here. Turn on some music. And that should be good. I'm like making sure the stream quality's good because let me see if I can mess with the exposure slightly. I think that is best. Seems like it. Trying out a new setup today. So we'll see how this goes. Biggest potential issue is my camera overheating. So we will see about that. I might place something on the table as like just a visual to be like, hey, make sure that you are aiming here for where you want your guy to be sitting. Alright. Place this here so optimal spot, so I'll aim to keep the fish in the spot. Awesome. Cool. Alright. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's been having a good day. We'll see if I enjoy this stream setup more than the other stream setups I've had. This one I can use on my desktop, which is an advantage because then I don't need to reset up my PNG tuber onto my laptop, and then I can have dual monitors and whatever. There's many benefits to to using my desktop versus my computer. I think this was the colors I was gonna bring into the tail. I could have some darker colors. Do I want this slightly lower? Because this seems kind of high. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna keep messing with the setup until it's something I'm happy with. Alright. I think that's better. It's a bit closer and I don't have to use my zoom completely. Yes. Alright. Guess we'll just get started on blending the guys and the stuff. Hello there.
Hi, welcome to the stream, and welcome to vacuuming. I don't know if you can hear that from up here.
I don't think they can.
Hello, party people.
I just started, so we don't really have
partying people.
We might have one. YouTube hasn't really caught up to the idea that we're streaming at the moment. My visual intrigue. How will people know what I'm making now that you've stolen him? Have you gotten a look at him yet?
No. That's why I'm stealing him.
Uh-huh.
It's like a real fish.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
He's missing pectoral fins.
It is a sewing design. There's only so much I'm gonna add.
He needs pectoral fins. Give my baby pectoral fins, otherwise he won't be able to swim properly. That's how he stays straight. And also maneuvers. You've got his anal fin. Give him pectoral fins. Come on. I do have a fish biology minor. Or I do when I apply for it. I finish all the credits for it. Ooh, his fins are not even.
It adds visual
Alyssa!
intrigue. He is here. It's okay if he doesn't swim straight. It's Pride Month.
Why are you throwing him?
I'm not doing it on purpose.
I think you are. For the visual intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Are you mixing colors?
Yeah.
Your perfect color.
I'm mixing those two together.
I feel like mixing colors in wool is a lot more difficult than mixing colors in paint.
A touch bit.
You need one of them, like, batting machines.
That would be helpful.
Or you don't even need a batting machine. You could get those, like, two brushes.
Yeah.
You go
I'm doing alright with my fingers.
Yeah, but you could be doing better.
I'd be more concerned about it if I did a lot of needle felting.
That's fair, I suppose.
Currently, he's just the occasional project. You leaving me? Are you gonna go find all the Koroks and the stuff and the... Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Occasionally I'm left with more questions than answers. I'm stabbing this thing, and it's like non-satisfying and kind of concerning, honestly. I needed something to stab into. You can't stab into a hard surface, that doesn't work. It's how you break your needle. Yeah, this is much better. You're getting all the lovely pops and squicks and whatever. I feel like, despite me mixing a bunch of this, it's not gonna be enough. I'm gonna need to mix more. I don't know. I just have the vibe. What? There's people outside saying strange things. I say strange, but I can't really understand what they're saying. I do wonder where all my usual stream peeps are. It's 1 week. Suddenly everyone's missing. How strange. How bizarre. Hello, Ruth. I was just commenting on how I was like wondering where you guys were. Starting to get lonely. Your day's been good. Mine has been pretty chill. I did some master's studies today. Same master's study. Essentially did like two small pieces of the same piece of work, so it was like studying the same work. But I studied it. I looked at Monette's work and I was like, we're studying you now. That's what we did. While I was on the while I was out on my trip, I went over to a bookstore and I got a I got some art books. Like, look at this. It's so good. I'm very happy with it. Also, I got a new camera while I was gone. So, Ruth, what do you think? What do you think of the new setup? Is it I'm using new camera to record our stream. Is it better, same, or worse than the previous setup? I hope it's better. Not that I got this camera specifically for streaming, just very nice. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's nice. We will see how long the camera lasts, cause it's a tiny Fujifilm camera, so he has so many great things about him, but one of his faults is that he likes to overheat when doing a task for a while. So, we might need to take a camera break later. we might we might need to take a camera break and do something else for 10 to 8 minutes to give my camera time to cool down so he doesn't shut down on me. Because he will do that. Like, I was doing some test setups earlier in the week just to see if I could even use my camera for streaming and what potential issues I'd run into. And that was one of the potential issues I see. Nothing, no other issue I'm thinking besides, no other issue besides the overheating. I think everything else is fine. Anyway, Ruth, how has your week been? Do anything exciting? Sorry if I bump the camera. My arm's currently in between the it's currently in between the tripod legs. Very warm in here. I'm kind of regretting shutting the door. Like, I needed the quiet because the rest of my family was gonna be doing things, but like it's kind of warm in the upstairs room. Maybe I need to steal the kitchen timer because it has like a thermostat on it to figure out how warm it is upstairs. So I have some external validation for thinking it's warm up here. Which of this are you actually seeing versus are you seeing my hand? I feel like you're seeing a lot of my hand and nothing else. Not at all? Dang. Guess you'll just have to do something exciting sometime between now and next Wednesday. Do. Or you don't have to. I don't know. I'm not you. I don't control your life. I feel like I need this a little bit over. See, it's like, ah, yeah. What if I. What if I lower it slightly so it's a bit we're a bit closer to the project? But I think I do actually need to be above a bit, sadly. Okay. Don't mind me. We're just gonna have a little bit of camera shake over here. Nothing to be concerned about. Ooh. See, you're making up for not having a bunch to do this week, next week. Wedding could be potentially fun. I guess it depends if you like the people there. Hopefully you like the people there, because then it's fun. If you don't like the people there, it might not be as fun. Sorry, I probably peeked the microphone there. So I guess that's my next question. Do you like the people there? Is it going to be a fun time? If you don't like the people there, you can always make an effort to enjoy yourself. Do, do some crazy dance moves. Teach the children about what puberty is. I don't know. You could go crazy. I was like, what's this noise coming from? Oh. I was like, why does it sound like fire is popping? My dad had started a fire outside. I don't particularly like celebrations, but my family will be there, so it'll be okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Sometimes those events can be a bit loud and noisy. Sometimes you don't know what to do, which is why I bring my sketchbook with me everywhere. So I always have something I could potentially do. And having your sketchbook is better than being on your phone, because then people don't think you're being antisocial. They just think you're eccentric, which is much better place to be. Yeah. I bought a bag specifically with the dimensions so that it would fit my sketchbook. In fact, I'm actually quite proud of what I did. Okay, I'm showing you now. So I have this little bag, right? Great bag. Cute. It's it's patterned enough and small enough that most people, when they look at it, they at first don't think it's a Pokemon bag. They're like, oh, okay, it's just a flower pattern. And then they look closer and they're like, oh, there's Pikachu. It happens more times than you think. So I've had this bag for pretty much 3 going on 4 years now. It's getting beat up. Like, if you pay attention here, there's like some, it's pleather, so it's starting, the plastic's starting to rub away. And in the back, it was particularly bad. But so I spent a decent portion of time yesterday taking some embroidery floss and going around the edge with a curved needle. So I was essentially just like stabbing it in and around so I could fix the back, because while I am looking to get a new bag, I also do really enjoy this one. So I didn't want it to essentially disappear because I couldn't like I still want to use it even if it's not like in the best shape anymore. Cuz for the most part it's still good. It's the most important bits of the bag have either now been mended or fine. I have a huge messenger bag with me at all times. It has my sketchbook, my 2 pencil cases, some first aid stuff, some knives, etc. Very nice. Thank you. You know a bag's good when you've had it for like a couple years and people still come up to you to compliment it. Yeah, when not like a lot of the lounge fly bags are cute, but my main issue with a lot of them is they are very obviously character bags. Like, the ones where the character's face is like the big prominent feature of the bag, I they're fine as a concept, but as like an everyday bag, it's too much. It's I don't know. You have to really commit to holding it, and then yeah, it could be your everyday bag, but you can't take it to everything. You can't take it to fancy events. Whereas my bag, because it's subtle, you can take it to fancy events. It looks good with almost any outfit. I just really like my bag. Now I have 3 marker cases. Buddy, what? 3 cases? That's a lot of marker cases. What you gonna do with that many marker cases? Mine is plain, but I decorate it with pins and... Ooh, yeah. Hey, and if you ever get into embroidery, you could always embroider some designs on it. I have to constantly flip this, else I get a bunch of stuff that's just like stabbed straight through and standing up on end. Grieger? I guess I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Is it like Gregor? Guess you'll need to elaborate more because the name itself isn't really sparking anything specific. You named a clay. Oh! Oh, okay, okay. I remember now. Okay. Don't take it personally. I often forget the names of things and people unless it's like spoken to me multiple times. So even characters I've named, it's not like a for sure thing I'm gonna remember. Unfortunately. I have to use it in this like multiple sentences and remember something unique about it in order to remember it sometimes. Hoping the tail is starting to starting to thicken up slightly with the additional wool on it. I did not mix enough, so we're mixing more. What if I was like curious if you guys could hear the fire outside, because I certainly can. But I looked at the mic and audio while I wasn't talking, and nothing was showing up. So I think that's purely for me to enjoy. Embroidery. This has a very large tangent, so I guess I'm doing a little bit of show and tell as well. While I was gone, I was like watching a bunch of fashion YouTubers who were talking about things. So selfish. Yeah, I know. How dare. How dare I keep the fire noises and the fire smell to myself. I think the wood has a decent amount of moisture in it. It's very poppy. Oh, thank you. Okay. So, while I was away, I was listening to some YouTubers talk about fashion, and I was like, "Oh my gosh. You know what? I should draw some outfits. That's like one of my favorite things to do." Ignore that. This is what I came up. So I was like messing around with a star pattern, and I was like, what if is it an ELO sketchbook? Because that's the kind I have. Me. Because the page is so white and reflective, the camera's automatically assuming that I want it a little bit lower, which I don't. Yeah, that's better. Maybe it's trying not to white out. Focus here. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, ELO sketchbooks are my favorite. So I was playing around with these designs, and my favorite sweatshirt has cuts along up to like the waist and down, so then it has like a little bit more body to it. I really enjoy that, and I was like, what if I made another long shirt kind of like that? And this was kind of giving me Hawaiian vibes, and I wasn't quite feeling that. So I was messing around with other stuff, and I came upon this design. And I really enjoy this design. You? It's the nice side effect of working on like 50 plus sketchbooks is you get really good at composing the pages. So if you ever do that many, that's something to look forward to. So this, if you're wondering what the little dotted lines are, I want to do sashiko on the outside. That's essentially, if you're unaware, that is a form of Japanese embroidery. They used it to upcycle their clothes and reinforce the fabric. And yesterday I did a little practice attempt at doing it because they have specific needles for doing sashiko, and I was like, oh, do I have to buy more materials for a random project that I'm picking up? No, I do not, because guess what? I bought some leather working needles for a Christmas present, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are thick, long, and sharp and have a big eye needle. I can use this instead. And it worked great. I also used a just normal embroidery floss. I know there's like a specific need thread for doing sashiko. I'm just now wondering where the other needle went, because the needle I used was not the needle I showed you. Had similar vibes, but that wasn't. Oh, there it is. He was on the floor trying to hide in the carpet. Yeah, this was the needle I used. So, not sure if this will be the pattern of the shirt, but that kind of vibes with the shirt. And then I wanted a pattern fabric underneath that I could fold over and show at just the cuffs. And I was thinking that at the waist, I could have a piece of ribbon because I wanted to add some ties, but I didn't want to add ties that were like arbitrary. I wanted something that had reason and purpose. Oh, fun. Okay, just warning you. My camera's at he's giving me the unhappy I'm hot vibes cuz he doesn't like being warm. So we might need to take a camera break. Dang. So essentially I want the ties at the waist, and instead of pulling in like this, I want them to pull up to give a slight curve into the waist, but not like overly that. We'll see how it goes with the mock-up, but those are the plans and thoughts and ideas I have. Okay. Let's just toss that over there for now, and how long can I continue going for before my... I need to turn on the exposure. Now that we're not staring at the sketchbook, that's doing it more. There we go. Very nice. That sounds lovely. Thank you. That will be my next sewing project, so... that is the plan. I'll need to find a good fabric store so I can get a nice green fabric to use for that. I feel like I sound sarcastic, but I swear I mean it. No, you do. I get it. I feel like there would be a different way to... maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I know you're being genuine, which I very much appreciate. I like sharing ideas and then having other people go, yeah, that idea sounds cool. So I'm gonna elaborate on that, Ruth. How's the camera doing? I'm paranoid now. I'm not good at typing my words how I'd like to say them in real life. That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes that can be difficult. I might be mixing up too much. Or at least it feels too much. It might not be. I do that too, and then I hurriedly try and type the rest of my thing before someone else comments. Else it gets taken the wrong way. Happens to me sometimes in group chats or YouTube especially. I feel like it's really easy to accidentally finish your text. Like you just accidentally hit enter for some reason, and then it's just like, oh, yep, we're posted now. Like, no, I wasn't finished, and now the creator's gonna see it, and I didn't format my words. I'm glad I could validate your experience. We'll see how long my camera goes before he decides to riot and turn himself off. This is like my first big test run of streaming with this camera. We'll see if it's good enough. If it gets too annoying, then I might move back to my old setup on my Mac and using my iPhone. We will see. Once I accidentally hit send on a comment to the wrong video. I was talking about how a kid tried to kill. Oh no. Oh no. You with a weed whacker, and then let me guess, it wasn't even a gardening video. Too bright. I feel like this is too bright. Is that better? I think that's better. Okay. Wait, I need you to elaborate now. I was just thinking about it. How did a kid almost kill you with a weed whacker? How does that work? It's proper traumatizing. I was trying to post it to one of the GT's live videos where they were talking about how lawnmowers were scary, but I commented on their pancake making video. Wait, I guess I'm just confused how you were able to comment on the wrong video. Was it like a scroll type of feature and you didn't realize you had scrolled? It seems. Well, I'm kind of impressed that you managed to comment on the wrong video. That's kind of impressive. Yeah, I scrolled. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you know what I hate? When I guess this is specifically a TikTok problem, but when you go to like a video and then while you're like simultaneously while you go to like the video, it it decides to turn into an ad and then it shifts everything down. So then previously where it was a like button, now it's a follow button, and you follow a random account that you didn't even plan on following. Hate that. Dislike that greatly. Who designed that? I know they did it on purpose. Put it back. That's not right. Purposeful design choice on their part, I feel like. It's really rather rude. Wonder how close we are to getting to Broom. I'm so excited to get to Broom. If you cannot tell, this is what normally happens when I listen to music is I'll find like one of my absolute favorite songs in a particular album or playlist, and it kind of turns into what I'm listening the album for. Like everything else is like decent or good, but that one thing is the thing that's keeping me listening to it on repeat over and over and over again. But I made a rule to myself that if it's in a specific playlist, I'm not allowed to play it by itself. I need to play the playlist in order to listen to it. Because I don't want to get myself tired of a song by listening to it on repeat over and over and over again for like a week straight. I want to be able to savor it for like a month. And that can't happen if I don't listen to the entire playlist. I was in the backyard with my brother and this kid came over. We had a swing set back then, so this was commonplace. The kid had just finished playing. Oh, you're telling the weed whacker story. Oh, good. Continue. I was talking about something else. What was I talking about? I guess I could talk about something kind of related. The neighbor kid, I'm befriending him. Like the other day, I went over there with a thing of chalk to entertain him and maybe give the parents a break, but also because I thought it'd be fun. And he then proceeded to show me all of his toys, which were just mimics of actual real life, just real life gardening tools. He didn't have a weed whacker, but that was by far his favorite gardening tool. I feel like he's like a small one that like spins slightly, but not at a dangerous level. Mind you, we were all 7 at the time. He turns it on and shoves it in my brother's face. I tackled the weed whacker kid to the ground and took it from him. And he soon got up and we started brawling. Oh! Wow! That sounds like an interesting experience. I don't think I've ever personally fought someone. Sorry, every time I get to an ad, it kicks me from your stream. Oh! I didn't realize the ads were affecting how you guys... I can change the ads. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the ads were being so obtrusive. Let me change that real quick. Okay. It is changed now, so the ads should show up with much less frequency. Sorry about that. You should be much better now. You know, despite my camera having given me the warning, I'm really warm right now. Warning. He has proceeded to go on for another at least 12 minutes. I insist. I don't really make that much money from streams anyway. I'll just change it when it's like when it goes into being a VOD. But like I make maybe 12 cents if I'm doing good on a stream. So I don't particularly care about having ads during the stream. It's just the automatic ad amount is at a medium frequency because YouTube wants their money. just wanted to make sure you knew I kept leaving. I didn't even realize you were leaving. I just thought you were taking a while to type. I'm not staring at my view count, so I don't really know when people are coming and leaving. Makes me less anxious about the entire streaming process. We're just here, and we're vibing. Never mind, we're not vibing. I'm vibing. You're leaving. See you later, Ruth. Silly. After I just changed the ads for you too. I'm joking. I swear, I need like a cold towel or something. It is warm up here. I don't know how it would affect the stream quality, but maybe I need to steal the fan from my siblings' room. It is quite warm. What's the temp outside? I can check now, because I'm not... 74 degrees. It's just unfortunate for me. Okay. Oh! He finally did it! He turned himself off. Okay. I guess we'll take a camera break then. And we could do something else for a little bit. Does anyone have any ideas on things we could do? Note to self, the camera lasted about 47 minutes before it shut itself off for overheating. Probably didn't help that it's quite warm in the room. Okay. Let's turn off this. And we could do something else. I'll set a timer for 8 minutes. That should be enough time for the camera to cool down and we can get back to it. So we could... What could we do? What is something silly and spontaneous? Should prepared better for this. Okay. Let's doodle something. Let me pull out my... You know what? I'll even take doodle requests. Let me pull out my tablet and we can do some doodle requests. Plugged in. Opening up Photoshop. Save this. Close that. Can, You know what time it is? It's broom time. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. Now I can listen to great vibes. While I'm trying to struggle to find my mouse. Okay. You can open a new file? Thank you. We'll do 11 by 7. 11 by 17, please. doodles. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, dum-da-dum, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-dum. Dum-bum-ba-dum. Okay. Now that's that set up, I just need to find my drawing glove. Where did it go? I am all over the place. And I just need to find my drawing glove. And turn down the music slightly. Literally, where did my glove go? Sir? Please? Oh, I put it in my pocket. Fantastic. Now that that's all settled, I am ready to doodle. So I'm gonna just start doodling things, and if you guys have any requests, feel free to pop in with your ideas. Wow, that's not what I wanted to do. Love accidentally turning off my tablet. Slightly thicker line. Maybe silly, goofy creatures. I like filling sketchbook pages of these guys. I think they're fun and neat, and it's very satisfying to see them all lined up in a row. Maybe he can have I guess that's fuzzy. I was thinking about doing a frilled collar, but that works too. Which means this could be an ear instead of a spike. Better, essentially designing creatures off the cuff. They're quite fun to do. Moment that timer goes off, we're back to the fish. So you have limited time to request a creature. Be a bird-like creature? That could be fun. It's almost bib-like. I don't know if he's my favorite creature, but he's a guy. Some sort of guy. Dang. 8 minutes went by fast. Let's check. Let's check on the camera. I, I think we're good. He's not giving me any warnings. I mean, he still feels warm. But I do not have any warnings from him. So we'll continue on. I'll just close that for now. And I'll bring it back out if we need to do another camera break. Alright, no dawdling. No dawdling on the fish. Be serious. Get to work. Before my computer has another tantrum. A very valid and understandable tantrum. If I'm warm, he's warm. Ruth, you completely missed my camera dying. Yeah, he decided he was having enough. He was too warm. And so in the 8 minutes that I was letting it cool down, we did some doodling. I offered to do doodle requests. No one took me up on it. Granted, I haven't looked at how many people are watching, so for all I know, I could have been talking to myself while you were gone. Who knows? I assume you're going no to missing the doodle requests. Don't worry. I only let the camera cool down for like 8 minutes, so I'm sure we'll have to take another camera break at some point. So we'll probably do more doodle requests at some point. We'll have to do some more experimentation, but in this weather, the camera lasts probably work because I'm the only one here. Yeah, I think people left when the camera died. 'Cause I think I did have a couple other people. That or you were artificially spiking my views because of the constant re-entering and leaving. No idea. All I know is you're back now, and that's all that matters. It's poise. It's the almost broom. It's just a subsection of songs that sound like brooms, so they're my favorite song. They get added to my favorite songs automatically. So note to self, the camera lasts about 45 minutes at this temperature before he needs a break. Of which then we need to take an 8-minute break. And then the camera seems good. Kind of. I don't know. It's giving me another warning. Because I might have not left it long enough to cool down. We might have to switch back to doodling pretty quickly. And then commit to doodling for longer than 8 minutes, because I don't think 8 minutes was long enough for a camera break. I wanted to make this work, but I might need to go back to the old setup, which uses my iPhone. I do think the camera quality is better this way though, and I don't know. It just generally seems better. I can't get it to last very long due to overheating. We might not be able to keep with it. So I recently discovered, granted this was probably bigger news when it actually happened, but the manga for My Hero Academia has finished itself up. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I could probably finish reading it, because at some point I stopped following it so heavily and I took a break. Because it was a lot to keep up with week to week. So I went to go back and read it on the site that I used to read it at, and it wasn't available anymore. I think they took down a lot of the sites that people read the manga for free. So I guess now I need to go to my local library to see if they have the manga volumes. Because as much as I enjoy it at times, I don't want to buy the entire thing. There's like 41 volumes. That's a lot to own. I'm hoping my local library will just have everything that I want and I can just read it as is. And then catch back up on the fan fictions, because generally some people come up with the most interesting fan fictions for that show. Some of them are very repetitive, that is true. But the concepts, unmatched. Some very fun concepts. Forget, I can do like a more go in a little bit further. Rather than the quick actions. If your library is as trash as mine, you will be lucky to find Volume 1. I know Volume 1's there at the very least. I think they have a pretty good manga section. I just haven't looked specifically for My Hero Academia. My local library is pretty good. They just did like a little bit of renovation on it to add some quiet study spaces. They did have to remove a couple bookshelves though, so a couple of things got condensed, or they sold some of their books during the book sale. Just hoping they have some of the later volumes. That's my only concern at the moment. Because I got pretty darn far into the comic series. I don't know how it translates into how that would translate into the books themselves, but I think what was the last thing I remembered? I think it was like when the villains start having their big arc. It was like lots of things were being revealed and some real consequences. Deku was starting his lone wolf arc. I think that's where I stopped. Was Deku start going on his lone wolf arc, and I was like, all right, what are you doing? I was pretty far into it. Just need to finish it up. Mine has nothing good that I haven't read. They haven't gotten anything new in a while. That's sad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't spoil it, which is why I'm being vague about things. It just like telling you all the general things you would hope to expect in the later portions of the manga. Big things happen, villains have their big moment, heroes going on a weird arc. Yeah, just general good comic things. Though I'd be surprised if you hadn't run into any spoilers. I won't spoil it for you, but hopefully you haven't gotten spoiled by the internet in general. Also, I did not give my camera enough time to cool down. He is on the last stage warning. So we probably have about 10 more minutes before my camera turns off again. So I might need to give it a bit more time to cool down than initially planned. I guess I could try and switch over to my phone. I'd have to... How would that work? Switching over... Awkward? I would have to completely switch machines. I'm not very chronically online. You'd be surprised how much you can avoid by only having Pinterest and YouTube. That's fair. I think I spoiled myself on one thing with the comic, but that's because I got a little bit too far into looking at it. Because people make fan art of all of the big stuff that's happening, as you do. But as long as you avoid the topic, yeah, you can avoid a lot of the big spoilers. Chance to read the comic, I'd say definitely give it a go. Because at the very least, the world building is really interesting, and they have some fun characters, which lends itself to really nice fan fiction. Really funny. I think the more flawed a piece of media is, the more likely someone's going to write a piece of fan fiction about it. Because there's just enough about it for someone to love, but enough wrong that someone feels the urge to help the story along and make it something they think it could go or what could work better. I don't know if you noticed, like, really good movies that have like a good central plot and wraps itself up in a way that's satisfying oftentimes does not have much fan fiction to it, despite like wanting more material, because most people are very satisfied with how it goes. But media that has like an interesting concept and started off decently, that gets a little bit of popularity, has like so much more fan fiction attributed to it because there's enough plot holes. And I'm very much talking about Harry Potter here. So much fan fiction for that because there's so many ways it could go. There was enough things going wrong that people are like, yeah, this is a good place for me to do my writing. Of course, that's not always true, but I find that a lot of the times that's what happens. Interesting world building, flaws in story, perfect formula to get a lot of fan fiction. I've literally only seen Dungeon Meshi. I want to watch more anime and read more manga, but I haven't. I don't know why. That's fair. Intimidating to watch at times. If you have Netflix, I would encourage you to try out Apothecary Diaries. I feel like that one's a very good anime to watch. They have a lot of stuff going on, and it's currently being updated, so it has an active fan base that you can get into. My favorite thing in books and movies is to pick it apart and find loopholes. Hence all the fan fiction, yes! It is very fun to do. Just kind of hoping I can finish the fish before my camera decides to give out on me again. I just have the vibe he's gonna do so soon. I don't have Netflix anymore. Do you know if Dungeon Meshi is finished? They released their first season, and I don't think they've. I know they plan on doing a second season, I'm pretty sure. But it hasn't been released yet. So if you're waiting for that to come back out before you, like, dip in again to watch it, you'd probably need to wait a little bit longer. There's somewhere that you can totally legally watch these things for free. I'm not the best person for advising on how you could exactly do that. I don't do much riding on the high seas at all, but I'm sure there's a guide somewhere to totally watch these things legitimately. Why Google when you have Alyssa? Yes, I am the perfect bastion of knowledge. All of my knowledge is infinite and totally credible, and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. No biases, nothing. All the news you could ever need right here. In actuality, please do your own research on things sometimes. I am not a bastion of knowledge as much as I wish I was. Why use Google when you can have Alyssa use Google for you instead? That's essentially what it boils down to. Wow, that concentrated in one spot. How special. Exactly, you thought I was coming to the stream for the fish? Nay, I came for the sea of wisdom that is... so flattered that you think I'm a sea of knowledge. That's why I collect so many fish. I just have an ocean of things that I need to... I just need to fill the ocean that's my mind. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, they're right here. I'm making them as we speak. When you drop your tool, so then you decide, yeah, I guess I was done using that for a hot second. Let me use the other tool. I wonder where Bill is. That is a good question. I wonder where he is. Maybe he decided to go to Mars. Take a little visit, a gander. Maybe he became the Queen of Mars. Speaking of that, have you gotten a chance to see any of the new Phineas and Ferb episodes yet? I watched a couple of them over my little break. I'm so glad out of all of the shows that got new episodes attributed to it, it was that one, because Dan Povenmire really knew what he wanted when he was doing that. It feels genuine and thought out and really fun, and it improves in good ways. And it looks like they got extra budget too, which is fun. No, I haven't. I want to so bad. Yeah, you definitely should. Definitely should watch it. I won't tell you any spoilers because you requested no spoilers for My Hero Academia, so I assume the same for the Phineas and Ferb episodes. But yeah, if you get the chance, you definitely should. It has improved in good ways. Like the animation. The animation has stayed the same in the sense that it looks the same, but there's improvements to it that are noticeable in a nice way. Okay. So I think we're almost done. We just need to add a little definition. So I'll take some orange and use it to define the end of the tail. And we can also add some little spines. First episode of the first new episode of Phineas and Ferb is on YouTube. I think you can watch it there. Also, I just realized that at some point Disney decided they were gonna post a lot of their first season on YouTube. So if you ever have a hankering of rewatching the first and maybe second season, I haven't gone looking that hard to see if they had any of the second season, but if you want to rewatch some of the old episodes, you can do so. I was like pleasantly surprised when I was working on my bag yesterday that I found Phineas and Ferb. Well, I do have access to Disney Plus. It was a pain enough signing in on my phone and on my laptop that I wasn't willing to sign in on my desktop. Oh, good. Excellent. You're all set then. Sorry, I attributed your lack of watching it immediately to not having access to it, not a... It was probably a time thing. How silly of me. How presumptuous of me to assume. Add, elevate the look of the fish. I'm not going to do all of the spines. I'm just going to define some of them and leave the rest up to imagination. That way it's not cluttered. I swear the moment I say something to the lines of, oh, my camera's lasting so much longer than I thought it was based on the warning it's giving me, it's gonna turn off. I just feel it in my bones. He's gonna turn off any second now. And we're gonna have to go to doodling. I've been watching some shows very much targeted at my age, and definitely not 8-year-olds, Amphibia and Gravity Falls. No, the music is just quiet. It's still going. It's like really quiet. Can you hear it now? I'd be kind of impressed if we lost the music, considering this album is 3 hours long. Let me turn it up slightly. Ironically, the song is called Patience. Be patient. The sound volume will increase eventually. And by eventually, I mean right now, because I increased the volume. I keep pulling it closer to me, and I am so sure that does not help with the visuals of this project. Good morning, Greg. Greg, by chance, are you in Australia? I don't know. I'm just getting the vibes. Ah. How rude of him. Alright. After it's been what? 30 minutes? Okay. We'll give the camera Philippines. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, we'll give the camera 10 minutes to cool down and we'll get back to the fish. And I was so close to finishing too. Okay. I got a new camera and he's very nice for everything except prolonged streams and video taking. So we're giving him breaks occasionally to just let him breathe a bit. So we'll move back over to doodling. Hopefully, well, I guess you just woke up, so you don't really know how your day's going, but I hope, for the small amount of time that it... Ghost frogs? I could do ghost frogs. Hopefully for the small amount of time that you've been awake, your day has been good. Okay. Ghost frog. That would be... I'll have them all nice and wavy and whatever, and have like dotted areas so he looks see-through at points. Is this what you were expecting for Ghost Frog? Or were you expecting something a little bit ghost sheet-like? You might have been expecting something a little bit more ghost sheet-like. Greg, give me something to doodle. I don't know what I was expecting, but he looks very nice. I mean, he's a frog. How could he not? Fantastic. I'm glad he looks nice. Agent P? I can draw Agent P. Hold on. Let me grab a reference. Or do you want me to draw him based on memory? I could draw him based on memory. And then we could compare how silly he looks. Let me shrink those a bit. So, Agent P has his little fedora. I think it's drawn with like 2 bumps. He's essentially a rectangle. He's got the bill. I think we'll draw him with a little bit of a, I don't know. He could be have his little action arms, I guess. I draw him on my whiteboard. Ooh. Nice. I think his limbs themselves are very thin. And then his little beaver tail. That's not looking right. Maybe a bit pointier. I think one portion's in front of the other. There's like a little bit of dimension to it. That looks better. There we go. There's Agent P. I feel like there's something off about him. There's something I definitely missed. Or at least something I didn't draw exactly to character model. Something about him looks strange. He's definitely close. I'm gonna pull up Agent P as a comparison. Agent P. Okay. I got him pretty darn close. The hat is just a little bit too short, is all. And a little bit closer down his head. Alright, anything else? Oh, the back of the hat's like way smaller than the rest of the hat. Anything else? Instead of going up, the hat goes down around his head. Anything else about him that I missed? It's been 10 minutes. General, he could be a little bit longer in body, but I think overall, I captured his essence. Angry eyes. He's not always angry. There we go. That looks a bit more like Perry. The other one was kind of looking like a Jerry. Almost there, but not quite. Okay. Now that it's been 10 minutes, we can move back over to the needle felt. Oh, what's this one? Is it Pose? Is it Poise? Which one are we listening to? Oh, it's Chocolate Part 1. He is right now because we said so. Okay, move back over to media. Deactivate, reactivate. There we go. Camera's not giving me any warnings. Hopefully we should be good for the rest of the stream so that we can finish this fish. My camera. I'm melting. Why are we so hot? Why are you doing this to me? Me. Stop being dramatic, please. And just trying to illustrate a fish. I'm just trying to make the fish all nice and whatever. And he's complaining. How dare he? Will you make other fish? Have you already? For needle felt specifically, I don't think I'll make another fish. I'm pretty happy with this one. And the point of this was to try and get a 3D model of a stuffed animal that I want to make. I think this one pretty much fits the bill of what I want. So I think after this, I'll move into the pattern making section of making a fish plushie. Of course, I need to find fabric at some point. I think we need a little line at the top one. Chocolate Part 2? We're being spoiled with the broom theme, I swear. No, sir, stay down. I need to stab you into place. You can't be moving on me. How rude. do this for the final fish, but what if I gave this little guy like white freckles on his cheeks? That might be cute. That might be really cute. And hey, if I don't like it, I can probably pull it out. Well, definitely when I make the plushie, keep you guys updated on how he's coming and how he looks. I think I need a couple lines in the top fins. And maybe side fins, probably side fins too. Stop being so dramatic. People can't see you when you're being dramatic. I'm talking to the fish, by the way. I can't hear the fire anymore. So I wonder if my dad finished that up. I think little freckles would look adorable on this tiny fish gentleman. Exactly. Exactly. Once we finish adding little guys to the little lines to the fins, we'll try out the freckles. Don't fall. That would not be ideal. Because more than likely, if it were to fall, it would probably fall on my foot. And this is a stabby instrument, and I don't want it to fall on my foot. That would not be fun. I'm so glad C1418 made a new album because I really like the sound of this one, and I don't have to deal with the people trying to mooch off of his work and make it inaccessible for the rest of the people who want to enjoy it. How many? It's doing so much better too. Because since we've been listening to it, I can see how many plays the song has. It has gained plays on it, which I'm very happy about because he deserves people looking at his work. Are you squeamish when it comes to bones and the like? Do you mean like blood and whatever? I mean, not overly. hearing someone describe a medical process in detail, that gets me feeling a little bit squirmy. But if I'm like taking care of doing like some first aid and there's some blood involved, I'm not squeamish about that. Or if someone's throwing up, I'm not squeamish about that. And I feel like the the small squeamishness I have for some medical things is just me not being desensitized to it. I think if I were to watch a couple more people describe their medical procedures, like if the medical procedure was done to me, then I'm fine. I'm good. I'm no problems. If it's done to someone else and they're describing it, then I feel a little bit more squeamish. I just need to be desensitized to it more, I think. Because there's definitely some things that I'm not squeamish about, but other people are. Like, I think it's fun to, I don't know if this is just a everyone trait or a my family specific trait, but I think it's really fun to just be like, oh, I was doing this thing, or I got this bruise. I don't know where the bruise came from, or I do know where the bruise came from. And look, he's so big and colorful. He's purple and green and yellow. Isn't that fun? I have a possum skull for about 2 years now, and recently I found a deer spine and skull from different. Oh, that's fun! My roommate Erin liked to. She had a couple skulls. I'm not sure exactly where she acquired them, but I'm pretty sure they were ethically gathered. I don't know. She has a couple skulls. They're pretty cool. Yeah, bone. I guess I wouldn't. I guess I didn't think about some people being squeamish about bones. I think the forensic science class I took really helped with any squeamishness I might have had previously. Because if you and your friends are trying to dispose of a body together, there's only so much you being squeamish before you like just get over it. My sister hates it and it makes her gag, so I want it to be safe. Fair enough. Thank you for checking. I'm pretty decent with it. I think reading about it, it's fine. Watching it is slightly different. That's when it gets a bit more iffy for me. But most of the time I'm good. What's the camera doing? Oh, lovely. my sibling comes in and asks about the freckles, just say it's a creative decision. I think at this point, these little dots are gonna act like little shiny scales. I like the orange streak you're putting. Are they veins? Yeah, they're veins. Help define the fins a little bit. This fish really does look like he's on fire, doesn't he? How unusual for a creature in water. Alright, I think we're almost finished with the fish, which is good, because I think my camera's unhappy with me again. Oh, did you come up with its Pokemon name? I didn't. I completely forgot that you asked me to come up with a Pokemon name for this guy. No thoughts, brain empty on it. You ask such good questions, and sometimes I can't answer them. My brain is just stuck on freckles at the moment, honestly. Thank you. I love it when people say that. What do you mean? Oh, as in like you ask such good questions. Yeah, you ask great questions. Helps keep the conversation moving. You know how boring these streams would be if you weren't here asking me questions? So boring. Eventually I would run out of things to talk to myself about with. And then we would just be sitting in here in silence because what the heck? I don't know what to say. And no one wants, well, I guess if the stream's advertised as a silent stream, then people might be interested in watching a silent stream. But for the most case, people want to hear you talking. I like his little freckles. They're definitely scales, but I like his little freckles. Ooh, I could have some on his nose. I'm having a lot of fun decorating this guy. Focus on the fish. Focus. Thank you. I feel like as the camera gets warmer, he has a harder time. Supposedly, I say supposedly as if I didn't get this from multiple people. As the camera gets warmer, the worse it performs. So if the video quality starts going down, that's when you know that the camera's about to die. I'm not all that great at accepting compliments, mostly because I don't fully believe them to be true, so I don't know what the difference with that one, but it makes me feel happy. Thank you. It can be difficult at times to accept a compliment, but the worst way that you can accept a compliment is to try and deflect it. Because at some points it's like, yeah, it's like an insecurity, but I think some people may take that as a I'm trying to be really humble. So I don't know. The best way you can take a compliment, at least for me, my experience, is to just say thank you, and whether or not you believe them, I guess, is up to you. But I think for the most part, people mean their compliments genuinely. I don't know. I think the situations, it's rare to run into someone who gives you a bunch of fake compliments. Definitely not like unheard of, but I think it's more on the rare side. So most people mean what they say genuinely, especially if it's someone you trust. It's they're most likely giving you a little nice sweet treat, sweet words, encouragement. Okay, one final thing, and I think we're finished with the fish. I think pretty much the minute we finish the fish, I'm gonna start ending the stream because I'm like racing against my camera here. Pull everything out, dang. I just wanted less. I didn't have scissors. Here we go! It's all finished. I think he turned out pretty darn cute. I'm very happy with him. One fin is definitely bigger than the other, but I like to think of it as like he's just turning rather than that, or it's like Nemo with his lucky fin. He's a goldfish. Goldfish are naturally a little bit messed up. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy him. I also think he's very cute. Well, thank you guys for joining the stream. I'm not sure how much longer my camera's gonna tolerate this, so I think we'll just end it here. Thank you so much for joining in, and I will make sure I give you guys updates for probably in the community tab for I just wanted to pause him. I didn't want to deactivate him. Oops. There we go. Yes. have a good rest of your night. Greg, have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys next week. All right. Goodbye.